Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at the two most recent wars we had in Tribe Gaming in the Pinnacle Cup. Two 5v5 wars against Noble Nines and Activity, where Tribe was able to get the perfect war in one of them. Alright, so here you can see the war log, guys. These last two wars that we just had yesterday, up against Noble Nines, 13-11. Up against Activity, Tribe got the perfect war, 5 for 5. We're going to go ahead and take a look at all the triples in this video, all 8 of them. We're going to start off with the war against Noble Nines, where we were able to pick up 3 triples. We're going to first go ahead and take a look at Itz's attack here. Go ahead and talk about it a little bit. So this is the Pinnacle Cup. For those of you who don't know, there's a ton of teams in it. I believe 32 teams. They're all 5v5 wars. Right now we're in the group stages, competing for seeds, 4 spots in the elimination bracket. So we had our first 2 group stage wars this weekend. We'll be having another one next weekend. Speaking of which, I'll probably be trying to stream it next Saturday. I believe it'll be at sometime in the afternoon in Eastern, around 3:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be streaming that. My Twitch, what's it called? Description. No. In the description, my Twitch link will be there. So make sure you guys click on that. Go give me a follow on Twitch. Come hang out when we're doing these live 5v5 wars. You guys will be able to see me on voice chat with Hex and Nick and Itsu and Eve. So you should definitely come check those out. But let's go ahead and take a look at this attack here by Eve. He's going to be coming in, charging this 12 o'clock Inferno compartment with the wall break, with the free spell, because of that multi-target Inferno, using his king early to make the funnel on this side. And it's a good thing he used his king instead of something else, because that Tesla farm was there, and that Tesla farm probably would have wrecked anything other than his king. So his queen's going to be pushing in here. She's getting all these defenses on this layer. She's going to get this scatter shot. She's going to end up beating a wall and keep going this way, which is really nice value. Then he's just going to be sending in the hybrid right for this town hall, using the siege barracks on the right side, getting that P.E.K.K.A. and the wizards to make the funnel here, dropping a heal spell. Honestly guys, all of his hogs got wrecked already. Every single hog died that early in the attack. I mean, oh, he still has 1 hog up, but that's it. He brought like 12 or 14 hogs, something like that. All of them got destroyed super early by that eagle. Out comes some more hogs from his CC, but even though most of his hogs got destroyed super early, he's still going to triple here just because of how nice this queen charge is. Look at how much value she's getting. She's still going to keep going this way here in a second. There she goes. He still has her ability to pop. And the Royal Champ, the Warden, the healers on the miners, just keeping them alive for the entire attack. He's just getting so much value here with the miners, and these cleanup wizards on the outside from the siege barracks doing so much work. They're just going to destroy this base. Queen breaks through a wall here, starts to do some damage to the wizard tower, but she's going to go down here. Not going to be able to finish the attack alive, but the Royal Champ and some of these hogs, with the healers especially, are going to be able to finish off the base. The healer swap is key on a lot of these attacks, guys. You need to try and position where you start your hybrid in a manner such that they're going alongside the queen charge. So that way, if the queen dies, or even if sometimes if she doesn't, the healers are pretty close to your hybrid, and they can often switch off and go heal your miners and your hogs. That's often what makes the difference on a lot of these attacks. So that was Eve getting the triple there. Next, we'll take a look at my attack from this war. I did go 2 for 2. Eve went 2 for 2, and Itsu went 2 for 2 today. So nice job by us. Hex and Nick able to get the triple in the second war. Of course, we all got a triple in the second war. It was a perfect war. So on this one, I was coming in with the queen charge hogs, again doing a early Yeti bomb. It's honestly one of my favorite attacks right now. I've been doing Yeti bombs on almost every base. So starting with a few Coco Loons over here and sending the blimp in for this single target Inferno. I also wanted to get the CC pool super early, and luckily my Yetis and the Yeti Mites are able to get this Expo down, which honestly makes a big difference here and made the queen charge a lot easier since that Expo was down. But I'm going to be starting my queen up on the 12 o'clock side, letting the CC come over to her so she can kill it, and I'm going to be funneling this gold storage here with a wizard just so I know there's nowhere for the queen to go except to the right, because that's where I want her to go. As you can see here, I'm bringing 8 wall breakers, so I am going to get a double layer break here. Now there is the BK on this side, and I thought about funneling with something else, maybe a baby dragon, just to get these builder huts down, but I ended up just using the king here to go ahead and get the king out of the way, and it ended up being really good value because the king is going to pull all 3 skelly traps. Look at that. The first one popped early, the other 2 popped late after I hit his ability. So all 3 skelly traps already out of the way. Now I'm going to be sending in my group of wall breakers here. They're going to get that wall break even though they selected different walls. Kind of weird AI there. They still end up getting the break. on one of the walls. So I'm going to be dropping another rage here. Queen's going in for the warden, for the town hall, for the scatter shot. Then I'm going to be getting the second layer break right here where the scatter shot is here in just a second. Going to send a test wall breaker and then the other two and rage them up. Queen is going to end up fighting the enemy queen and the royal champ here at the same time. She's going to be able to get through them just fine though. I'm not even going to need any free spells for that. Or no, I do end up freezing. I did end up freezing the heroes just to make sure that she stays topped off at full health. I send a few hogs here to make the pathing for the rest of the hogs, and then the rest just right here from 3 o'clock with the warden and the royal champ. Now look, I get my cleanup wizards behind as soon as I drop the hogs. You guys can't be late with those, or else you're going to end up having a lot of time fails if you drop the cleanup wizards way too late. So this Tesla farm over at 6 o'clock kind of threw me off. My hogs ended up splitting up pretty badly, so I hit the warden ability, trying to save as many hogs as I can, and I decide to heal the bigger group of hogs. And I used my free spell on the scatter shot and the inferno earlier to try and keep the royal champ alive as long as possible. Gonna use her ability here, and she's actually gonna end up staying alive the whole time, which really does help. That royal champ gets so much value on the back end on these defenses, guys. She does so much damage, it's crazy. Oftentimes when you're bringing free spells, it's often better to use them to keep the royal champ alive rather than other things, because she just gets so much value and you really want her to stay alive. Even on cleanup, she gets so much done. So that one's going to be a triple there. Swag the poison, didn't even need it. I mean, once I had killed the triple ice golem with the queen and a wizard, and all 3 skelly traps had popped to my king, I probably should have realized that and just used the poison to help my queen fight the enemy heroes. But other than that, I really didn't need it. So that one's going to be a triple there by me. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at Itsu's attack from this war. He got the last triple, or actually he got the first triple in this war. He was the first one to attack. So if you guys don't recognize this base, this is a base that I built way back in the day, a couple weeks ago. Posted a video about it. Noble Nines here decided to run it against us, so I'm not sure what they were thinking doing that, but I've had this base for a while. We already knew how to beat it, so Itsu's going to come in, show you guys how to destroy it with the Queen Charge Hybrid. Going to be using a lot of loons here early to make the funnel, and a Coco Loon there for the Queen at 12 o'clock. Then he's going to be sending in the wall breakers to break Queen right into this 12 o'clock section where the town hall is. She's going to be stepping straight in. She's going to fight the town hall, pull the CC. He's going to pull the CC actually early with 1 hog here, because he's trying to get the queen to fight the CC before she activates the Giga Tesla, but his hog was just a second or two too late there. And so she ends up fighting the town hall first, but it actually ends up working out because he drops the rage, and because of that the queen gets the Giga Inferno down before she fights the enemy CC, so she's not having to deal with both at the same time, which is nice. So after she gets all these ice golems down, it's going to take her at least 2.5 years. Then she's going to step up, fight the enemy BK. He's going to go ahead and already drop his BK and his siege barracks on the 9 o'clock side to make the funnel over here, and then send the hybrid right through this channel here. That's the goal, and then Queen's going to keep walking this way and get more value. So the hybrid already going in nice and early. Out comes a Skelly trap. King's beating on a wall. After the Skelly dies, he's going to keep going and making the funnel down this 9 o'clock section. He's actually going to help take out the Royal Champ here. And then all there is to it is making sure you keep your hybrid alive here. Popping the Warden ability, using your heals when you're supposed to, keeping that Royal Champ alive. He has 2 freezes. Honestly, doesn't really need either of them at this point. You know, just recommend keeping an eye on your Royal Champ, using the free spells to make sure the Royal Champ stays alive, because like I said on the last attack, she gets so much value on the back end, it's ridiculous. So as long as you can keep her alive, it's almost always worth it to use those extra free spells to keep the Royal Champ alive. Make sure she can keep taking out defense after defense, because she gets a ton of value. And I mean, it's wrecked at this point, guys. He doesn't need Queen ability, he doesn't need Royal Champ ability, he swags 2 freezes. So really nice attack here by Itsu, showing you guys how to beat this base that I posted a couple weeks ago. And like I said, I mean, every base can be beat with the right attack, so no base is perfect. Even if I post a base later on and tell you guys, you know, this is a new amazing base, there's going to be a way to beat it, and people are going to find a way to beat it. So that was that war that I just showed you guys, where we beat Noble Nines 13-11. Like I said, big GG's to them. They put up a nice war against Activity right after this one, and then after that we warred Activity, and Activity put up a really nice score against us. So I felt a little bad, because, you know, 13 stars would beat most clans in this format. So they did put up a really nice performance, tripling Hex, Evechek, and Nick. They got 86% on Itsu and 83% on me, so still a really nice performance by them. But Tribe just went off on this war. I mean, we had an amazing war, had some really nice plans. Everybody executed them almost perfectly, and we were able to get the perfect war here. We went 5 for 5, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at all 5 attacks here just to show you guys kind of what our thought process was. So Hex He's going to be coming in here, starting us off with the Yeti Smash. He's going to be doing an early Yeti Bomb for this Inferno compartment on the 6 o'clock side. That single target Inferno, he wanted to get it down nice and early so it doesn't mess with his initial charge here. He's going to be dropping the Queen over at 6:30 with the healers, and he wants the CC to come over there so she can kill it nice and early. He's going to be funneling the right side with the Baby Dragon because he wants his Queen to go over here to the left. He's going to be entering on the Town Hall here. I mean, it's pretty common. You guys are seeing most people enter near the Town Hall in these one-hit only formats just because you can't risk getting a 1-star. So he's going to be dropping his King super early here to make the funnel, get all this trash on the outside while his Queen kills the enemy CC. Then once the CC's down, he's going to be sending in pretty much almost everything else straight into this Town Hall here. And then jumping in. He's going to be doing a wall break, then jumping into the core, and then jumping again over the backside of the core here for all his Yetis, his bowlers, his warden, and everything. And he's going to be saving the Royal Champ here for the back end. So here goes the wall break. Here go all the Yetis. They're all moving in for the Town Hall. Now he's going to drop his warden. Loses a healer to a Sam there, but that's going to be okay. Goes ahead and drops the jump and the rage and the early warden ability as soon as those eagle shots are landing on all his troops so he can save the bowlers from the eagle shots and from the Giga Bomb here. Now everything's moving into the core. The healers switch onto the Yetis and the bowlers, which at that point, once you see that, you already know the attack's going to go really well. As long as the healers stay on those bowlers and on those Yetis, they're going to get so much value in the core. Now notice how he used his Royal Champ up top, and he was using his free spells to help that Royal Champ stay alive. Like I said before, you want to oftentimes use your extra free spells to make sure that Royal Champ stays alive because she gets so much value. It's crazy how many defenses she can take out when you keep her alive. So that's what we've been seeing a lot of people doing lately, and it's working out really well. So he still has his Royal Champ up. She's going to take out a bunch of these Skelly Traps. Then she's going to eventually go down to that cannon, but he still has like 5 Yetis up in the core with the Warden, and they're still spawning Yeti Mites. So at this point, you know it's wrecked. It's just a matter of time. He's going to end up dropping the Wizard over here on the Mortar just to help a little bit with the HP on those Yetis. He doesn't want them to lose any HP so they can break through this wall really quick and go take out the rest of the trash buildings. The King's still alive, going around the edge of the trash ring. He's going to get the rest of the base here, and that's going to be a triple, so we're going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit through the cleanup here. Really nice attack here by Hex. Really good plan, knocking out that Inferno compartment super early with the Yeti Bomb, and then from there you just know the Yeti Smash pathing is perfect. There's nowhere else for the troops to go but right through the core of the base, as long as you set up that pathing correctly. So nice plan there by Hex. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the next attack, which was by Itsu here on number 2. He's going to be coming in with the Queen Charge Hybrid. This again was a really nice attack here. He's going to be charging into this 10 o'clock compartment. Now this is one where you don't go into the Town Hall straight away. So I mean, you can argue it's a little risky, but at the same time it wasn't. As long as you keep your Queen alive, she gets into this compartment. She can reach everything in here. She can reach all this stuff out here. She can reach all this stuff over here. So you already know you got pretty clear pathing to the Town Hall if you send in the hybrid from this side right here. So you could argue it's risky if your Queen dies early, but as long as you're careful and make sure your Queen doesn't die early, it's pretty safe for the 2-star here. So Itsu's going to be making sure he drops that first rage nice and early because of all those ground expos and the scatter shot that are on his Queen right now. She's taking a lot of DPS, but she's going to stay alive. She's going to be just fine as long as she has that rage spell on the healers. Moving in toward the core of the base here. Going to have to drop another rage spell just because of all the DPS. She's going to get locked onto that expo, then onto the storage, then onto the eagle, and she still hasn't pulled the CC. So he's waiting until the CC gets drawn to her before he starts the hybrid portion of the attack. He's going to be using the siege barracks on this top side to make the funnel, and then hybrid straight through here. Queen is going to be taking out the enemy Royal Champ and the CC now, so he has to drop his last rage to keep her alive. Notice he still has 2 free spells. Again, you're seeing this, it's pretty common on almost all these attacks in the one-hit only formats where all the attacks are fresh. We're just taking 2 free spells on almost every attack because it works out really well. They're kind of, you know, flex spells, if that makes sense. You can use them on the Queen if you need to. If not, you can use them on the back end portion of the attack. Oftentimes it's a lot safer than just taking like 3 rage, 3 heal, because then you're forced to use, you know, all the rage spells on your Queen Walk and all the heal spells on the back end or something like that. When you have free spells, they're kind of versatile, not quite as effective as like a rage on a Queen or a heal on minors, but they're versatile in the sense that you can use them on either or. So they end up getting really good value most of the time, and you can use them to keep your Royal Champ alive, like I said before, which is really good value. So that's the reason why you're seeing a lot of the pros take 2 free spells on almost every attack right now in the current meta, and honestly I would recommend it to you guys as well. Excuse me. Practice taking 2 free spells in your CC on most of these attacks because it's working really well. So his queen does end up dying out, but the healers are still alive. They're going to end up switching over to the hogs, and at this point, you know it's a triple. Those hogs with 4 healers on them, I mean, they're just going to stay topped off the whole time. Now they're switching off to the miners. He's got like 6, 7, 8 hogs alive, like 10 miners up. The base is just wrecked at this point. So a nice triple there by Itsu, a really good plan with the Queen Charge Hybrid. We're going to go ahead and head out and take a look at the next attack here. Number 3, this one was by Nick, going in again with another Queen Charge Hybrid. And I mean, if I have to be honest with you guys right now, Queen Charge Hybrid, Queen Charge Miners, Yeti Smash, those attacks are just dominating the meta right now. Everybody's doing them. Some sort of Queen Charge ground attack, basically. Queen Charge Hybrid, Queen Charge Hogs, Queen Charge Miners, or a Yeti Smash. That's just the attacks that we're having the most success with. Not to say those are the only attacks that work or that those are the best attacks on every base, but I think that those are the most versatile attacks. Those are the attacks that you can kind of force on every base and at least get a high percent 2-star, even if the base is built against it, as long as you execute it correctly. So that's why you're seeing most of the pros use pretty much only those 2 attacks at the moment. Some sort of Queen Charge ground attack or some sort of Yeti Smash. And because that's just what we're having the most success with at the moment. Even though people are trying to design bases against it, you know, they're using all 3 all 3 Skelly traps on ground. They're using triple Ice Golem or Hound Ice Golem CCs, which is the worst you can go up against for this attack. It's still working just because the attacks are really strong at the moment. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this attack here. So Nick charging in from this south side. Now he's not doing an early Yeti bomb. He's just jumping his queen straight into this Inferno compartment and then using his siege barracks on the right side and then hybrid straight into the town hall here. Queen's going to keep going and get more value. She's eventually going to take out this whole second Inferno compartment, and the hybrid are going to push straight through this channel here eventually before they curve this way and get the rest of the base. So some really nice pathing here for the hybrid. Uses his warden ability super early on that town hall to make sure the hogs stay alive. He did not need that last rage for the queen, so he's going to end up using it on the hybrid here. They're going to get a ton of value and just demolished right through the core of this base here. Royal Champ still alive at full health. She's pushing in behind these hogs and these miners, gets the scatter shot. She's going to go get that 3rd Inferno. Queen activates the tornado trap, but she's going to get this 2nd Inferno here in a second. And once all these Infernos are down, you still see hogs over here. You still see miners around the edge of the base. You know it's a triple because he still has the Royal Champ ability. He pops it there, gets a bunch of defenses. Royal Champ gets back up to full health. She's going to live through the entire attack, and you know the base is wrecked. So a really nice job here by Nick. Again, another solid plan, guys. We're having a lot of success at the moment with these attack strategies, and I hope you guys are going to be able to try and see what we're doing here, learn from it, and be able to use these in your wars as well. Be able to triple bases with Yeti Smash and with the Queen Charge Hybrid, because those are honestly the 2 strongest attacks at the moment when you do them correctly. So now we'll take a look at number 4 here. This one's going to be tripled by me. Again, Yeti Bomb, Queen Charge Miners this time instead of Hogs, just because I liked the miner pathing for this base. So I wanted to make sure I get the Town Hall and the CC pool nice and early, so I'm going to start with the Yeti Bomb from this angle here. Now the reason I choose this angle and not, say, this angle was because I wanted to go ahead and get some of these defenses down over here, like this archer tower on the top side, for example. Because I'm starting my queen from the bottom side and walking this way, I'm going to use my king to funnel this side, and if I get this archer tower down too early, it's kind of just a waste of the king, because the king can get that. So I wanted to get this one down, so that way later on I know this one and this one are down. So I'm going to be starting with the queen walk over here, just a nice easy funnel on the right side with the wizard. Queen's going to take out the CC with a rage and a poison here. And then I want her to walk into the channel where the core is here. So I'm going to go ahead and start the king funnel nice and early. He's going to walk like this and go this way. A wizard to help him on this side. And then I'm going to be sending all the miners in straight through here like this to cut off the funnel for the queen, so that way she's forced into the core. Now she does end up kind of rerouting back to the outside over here because of a Skelly trap, but once a Skelly trap is dead and both these buildings are dead, she eventually goes back into the core. I use a free spell here to try and keep the queen alive, and I'm using my Royal Champ to get these defenses out here because queen can't reach those, and I want to keep queen alive. So I want her to keep moving this way, and so I want my Royal Champ to take out all this stuff on the top. Royal Champ's going to end up getting a Tesla farm. Queen goes back into the core after the Skelly trap's dead. I'm going to freeze the warden and the queen to make sure my queen stays alive. and then pop the Royal Champ ability here. She's going to get the part of this Tesla farm and the cannon up here, which is pretty good value. Even though she's going to die pretty early, you know, I said it's often nice to keep her alive to the end. She did get good value on this one because she made such good pathing over here. She made a really good funnel, so now the miners have nowhere to go but straight through the base like this. I get the healer switch onto the miners after my queen dies, and once I have the healer switch onto my miners, as long as the healers stay alive, you know the base is wrecked. Because the healers are just going to keep healing up these miners. There's nothing that can kill them at this point. Eventually all the healers go down because of those ADs on the back end, but the miners have already done so much damage at this point. There's only like 4 or 5 defenses left and like 20 miners and a king still alive and a full health warden, so you know the base is wrecked. So that one there is going to be a nice triple by me. Pretty good plan that we came up with on the spot. We're going to be taking a look at one more attack here before we wrap up the video. The last attack that we had that tripled here is going to be by Eve check on number 5 here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what he did. In this 5v5 war here, he's going to be coming in with the Yeti Smash again. Just like I said, guys, Queen Charge, Ground Attack, some sort of Yeti Smash. That's pretty much all we're using right now because that's just the meta. So he's going to be coming in with a Warden Walk for the funnel over here. He finds part of the Tesla farm nice and early, so as long as he gives it enough time, Warden's going to be able to take out all that stuff. Then he's making a funnel over here at 6 o'clock with some loons because he wants to enter in with his main push right into this Inferno compartment here. And he wants to send his king in through this side to go get the Town Hall. And then he's going to have his main push pushing right through the core here. He's going to jump early and then quad quake into the core here and just try to push through the back end and then have his Royal Champ and his hogs from the siege barracks finish off the back end of the base where everything's going to finish up on top by this 12 o'clock Inferno compartment island. So let's go ahead and take a look at how he does it here. We'll fast forward through part of this Warden Walk. Eventually he's going to drop everything in. The funnel's made on both sides thanks to that Warden Walk and the other troops on the bottom side jumping right into this Inferno compartment. The Yetis, the P.E.K.K.A.s have nowhere to go but straight into the base because of that funnel. The king also has nowhere to go but to this trash building, then to the Archer Tower, then in for the Town Hall because the funnel is just so perfect here. Pops the Warden ability nice and early here. Quad quakes into the core where the double scatter shot is. He still has the Warden ability going off. Healers switch on to the Yetis, and as soon as they do, you know they're going to stay alive pretty much forever at this point. King starts hitting the cannon, pops the ability so King can take out the Giga Bomb here. Yeti's moving into this other Inferno compartment on the back end. Queen heading up. She's going to take out the Royal Champ and this Expo and the enemy BK here with her ability. He uses the Royal Champ from the bottom left side. She's going to go take out a bunch of defenses here and just wrap around the edge of the base. And she's going to pretty much stay alive forever. His max hogs from his CC are just now coming out. They're going to go help. He probably doesn't even need them. Could maybe even swag them. But they're going to come over here, help the Royal Champ, kind of tank for her a little bit as she pushes up into this Inferno compartment where the single target Inferno is. She's going to take that out right after the Queen dies. Unfortunate there. She does end up dying, but that's okay. He doesn't really need her for cleanup here. He has a bunch of Yetis up, a bunch of Wizards up, a P.E.K.K.A., a King on the trash ring, Warden still alive, Hogs and Royal Champ still alive, pushing through the core of the base. They're going to get everything down, all defenses down. It's just cleanup from here. Beautiful attack. Nice plan there by Evechek. And overall, just a solid performance by the guys in Tribe Gaming on these 2 wars in the Pinnacle Cup today, or that we had. So a really nice job by them. We're going to have more wars like this, more 5v5 wars that are being live streamed next weekend on Saturday, guys. So if you guys want to come out, watch us live on Saturday, maybe even hear us on voice chat, definitely check out my live stream. Link is down in the description. LexWHF on Twitch. Come hang out, give me a follow. You can even ask us questions, talk to us in real time. So if you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.